Just about.
He was starting to panic, wasn't he?
The joys of being live, and we're live right here at, where are we?
We're at the Business Festival, the My Conference Kirklees Calderdale Business Festival 2025. What a smashing event.
Exactly, and it's here at Calderdale College today.
It is at Calderdale College. Of course, if you'd have seen the show from Monday, we were at the launch event, which is at the John Smith Stadium.
Yeah.
A fantastic panel of speakers hosted by Kirklees TV.
Yes, Kirklees Local TV. Martin Shaw's there from Huddersfield, Hudd.
Yep.
There's a great lineup of people, and what a great turnout as well. I didn't know what to expect for that launch event, but great group of people. Jason McCarthy was there. All the local kind of people that were there as well, so it's fantastic.
Fantastic. So the Chamber put this on a fantastic event. What would you say this is? There's got to be 60 stands here, hasn't there?
I think so, yeah.
All local businesses, local to Calderdale, to Kirklees. So it's a free to enter event. There's parking on site. Come down, check it out. It is a fantastic day.
And come get yourself some free pens, some free stuff. There's some free branded sunglasses over there.
Oh, I've seen. I might be snagging a pair of those.
Do you know, it's really cool. There's a beach, what do you call it, a beach deck chair?
Yes.
Deck chair.
Opportunity.
Inflatable sombreros and everything.
Oh, did you bring one?
Yes, he did.
Oh, good lad.
Not your usual stuffy business conference. This is a business festival.
So we've got a line of people that we're going to be interviewing today. The first one of which is so ready, so keen to come on the air. So we're going to come up there for a split second. We'll get our first interview ready, and then maybe after that we'll have a run through some of the bits and pieces that today entails.
Fantastic, yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, you look into that camera there, so don't worry about you. It's all going to be nice and easy and smooth. So, first things first, tell us who you are and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Kirsty Watson. I'm from Qualia Academy. We're located in Huddersfield and we deliver training up and down the country.
Fantastic. Well, tell us about the Academy. You know, what inspired its creation?
So I came about with Qualia Academy. I came up with the idea about 2007 to set up an academy, but it took me many years to be able to do it. I had set up my own business in the early noughties, and I'd purchased a website, and that website company that did the website actually went into administration. And I lost all the money and all the money that had been invested. So I decided that I was going to learn how to do web design myself.
Brilliant.
So went, and at that point I had no qualifications. I'd left school with no qualifications. I'd just come out of a children's home. Had a child very, very young, and I'd ended up working in some of the same children's homes that I'd lived in, and I ended up going back to university to do what we call a foundation degree, because that's the only way I could get in. I did a science foundation degree, failed it. But in the evenings what I did was I did maths, English, so numeracy and literacy, which are the alternatives to GCSEs. I did Photoshop, Dreamweaver, lots of level 2 qualifications in the community, which are really essential. Through at that point it was called Paddock Community Trust, I think it was. And then I went and did my degree in interactive multimedia and decided to set up an academy that would help people from marginalised backgrounds that struggle in mainstream education to be able to, you know, do their training through either work placements, through apprenticeships, or through small courses. Yeah,
fantastic work. And do you know what? I connect with you on so many points from that. It's amazing. But one of the great things about being an entrepreneur as well is you give someone else a task like building your website. They do it wrong, and then you take control and go, do you know what? I'm going to learn how to do this. So hats off to you for that as well. So what kind of people do you work with, and what are they looking to gain?
So we work with anybody that comes from any form of background, so we're not exclusive, we are not exclusive at all. Because of the nature of how we incorporate some of the social side of things, we tend to get quite a lot of work with individuals that are from marginalised backgrounds, and the aim is either to help people set up businesses, to get them better paid job roles, to upskill them, build their confidence, and we work with anybody from a level entry level through to a level 7 to degree or postgraduate level.
And I think sometimes some of our best entrepreneurs, some of our best talent comes from that kind of background sometimes, because we're not academically brilliant at school, but then when we come back into learning afterwards, we come at it with like a new drive sort of thing. So I know for me personally, very much like that. So how do your programs differ from other things that are out there at the moment?
So thank you. I really appreciate the fact that you brought that up about the entrepreneurial piece. So I am currently doing a PhD in entrepreneurship for individuals that have been involved in and lived around criminal backgrounds, so they don't have to have been involved in it, but looking at the transferable skills that they have with a way of deviating them into legitimate entrepreneurship and using their transferable skills. And that crosses the board for anybody, whether they've been involved or not. That learning that I get from that research piece, I've been doing that for 6 years now, I incorporate into our delivery. So we make sure that we differentiate our approach to learning by looking at what's going on in the home background, how can we help them, how can we push them if they may not be wanting to be an entrepreneur, show them about intrapreneurship, which is a lot different. It's about how can you be innovative in a business and be able to break those glass ceilings.
I must admit, what you're doing is fantastic work. What sort of skills and outcomes can people expect to develop through the academy?
So main things that we look at is management and leadership and throughout, so that's even, and then also marketing as well. So we look at the marketing side of things because we want people to be able to do their own social personas, because not everybody's on extroverted and wants to be out there, but sometimes actually being able to do it online without having to do it face to face can help people. Leadership is a golden thread throughout, so I do quite a lot of work with some of the universities around. University of Huddersfield, I've been there since 2006. I know. Work with some of the other universities too, work with the Chartered Management Institute as well, the Federation of Small Businesses, the Chamber, and what I try to do is incorporate, regardless of whether they're on an entry-level course, a short course, get people networking, get them, communicating and working collaboratively.
Brilliant. How do you work with businesses and what can they benefit from it?
So from the business perspective, I do quite a lot of work going out there, networking, talking to people in businesses, seeing what are the skills that they need. How do we ensure that the people that we're training, when they come and work with them or when they're working with them, they are not just coming in at like, if you're coming to do marketing, you're only doing marketing. Actually, no, you're going to be a tangible member of the team. You're going to bring in some new innovation. You're going to build your confidence so that you feel comfortable to be able to do that. So that's the kind of thing that we'll look at. And again, looking at that leadership piece, because we do appreciate within businesses that succession planning is exceptionally hard, and training younger generations and more mature generations about how to have those transferable skills is a big piece.
Can you share a story or an example, like a success story?
Right, okay, we have many success stories. We actually have a young gentleman over here today.
I can see him with the camera.
Yes.
So it's like gear envy, so it's kind of like, I like the Sony cameras, so
Yes, thank you. So he has been on our digital marketing skills bootcamp, so we had some funding through Kirklees for the digital marketing skills bootcamp, and Will is amazing at search engine optimization. He's doing some media pieces too. We also did some delivery for Kirklees Council on a pilot piece around neurodiversity in the workplace. So looking at training leaders and also employees on how to manage their neurodivergent conditions, things like access to work. So looking at the soft side of things as well as, all of the bits and pieces that go around that.
Brilliant. And again, the real skills that are so much needed in businesses now, whereas like the traditional educational route didn't really kind of cover that type of stuff. What do you think businesses are looking for right now in terms of staff development?
Adaptability. And being able to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of work at the moment. Understanding is a big piece as well, but I think that goes both ways. Employers also need to understand the way that things are changing for their employees as well, and the want to learn. There's like 700 and odd apprenticeships out there that you can do. We only deliver a few of them. There's hundreds of them that want and desire to learn and to be able to look at different areas where you can work in the organisation and not be as fixed. There's some roles where people are fixed, and that's fantastic and that's necessary, but if you can, that being able to kind of be adaptable is something employers look for.
Very, very much so. And again, there's so many skill sets out there that are that do fire people up to get excited about learning those skills that can be kind of tangible. But again, I know we have, Adam that does some stuff for us. We also need the team to be adaptable.
Yeah.
And so that is so important. How important is mindset and the kind of work?
Mindset is a real key thing, but then there also needs to be the understanding that there's variance in people's mindsets. So it may be that they've got situational factors at home that may contribute to where their mindset is. There's a lot of talk around workplace well-being, workplace mental health, menopause. These are the things that are kind of like, again, it goes both ways. Employers need to be ready to talk about neurodiversity. They need to be ready to talk about, women's concerns and men's mental health as well. But mindset is something that's really important, but also that understanding that at any point you may need to, as an employer, offer more than what is the traditional by way of supporting that mindset.
Brilliant. What motivates you personally about the work that you're doing?
Seeing people, even if it's just like, going to a warehouse job or going to, watching people go from this role at this level and then upskill to another role or set up their own business. Just seeing people succeed, and succession for each individual person can be so different. And we do a win of the week every week, and I suggest that at all workplaces and employment places they do a win of the week and talk about what people have won.
I like that. And again, it sounds very much like it's teaching people that they are in control. They are in charge of their destiny, and that's a fantastic work, is that. How can individuals or businesses get involved?
So we deliver the apprenticeships. They can come along and take on an apprentice, upskilling someone that's already in an existing position.
Could you upscale Adam?
We can upskill anybody.
That's a challenge.
We can upskill anybody. I don't think by his face that we can.
Exactly. Some people are fixed, some people are flexible.
That's fine.
He's definitely in a fixed mindset today.
It's definitely. So the other thing is as well, I do a lot of charity work too. So one of the things that I prompt anybody to do, whether they're an employer or whether they're an employee, be involved in boards. I've been on the Chartered Management Institute board for 6 years as a regional stakeholder lead. I'm a trustee for the Rees Foundation. I'm just starting a trusteeship for Norththorpe Hall. I get involved in policy changes. I get involved in committees. If you want to make change and you're in that position, because not everybody's in that position mentally, the mindset isn't always in that position, go and be involved in things, because that's how the real things changed, and that's how they stop talking in echo chambers.
Fantastic. What's your vision for the future of the Academy?
We're going to scale up moderately and take on a good amount of learners, and
Brilliant.
We already deliver up and down the country, so we are already nationwide.
Fantastic.
And then hopefully we want people to take over, basically, because I want to retire one day, but that's probably going to be when I'm 90.
I think once you've got that bug, once you've got that entrepreneurial spirit, I don't think it ever leaves you, so absolutely fantastic. No. What is the website?
www.qualias, that's QUALIA-academy.co.uk.
Fantastic. Guys, do check that out. See the work that they're doing, see how you can get involved in that as well. So it's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
It's been brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers.
There we go.
Thanks.
Hopefully, all the interviews will be as smooth as that today. So how fantastic is that? Really cool work, really cool stuff going on in the community. Hello, how are you? I'm all right, just about.
Simon, this is Grant. I've been looking after you on the show.
How are you?
Nice to meet you, Simon.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Let you know when it's ready.
Hello, I didn't want to be walking back.
How you doing, buddy?
I'll leave it to it, I'll just say.
Yes.
Where am I looking?
You're looking at this camera here and at me. There you go.
Bit of a flip.
Yeah, are we live? We're live. So Simon, tell us about SEF First Aid.
Yeah, we're a first aid training company based over in Greenland.
Yeah.
We deliver a wide range of first aid courses, regulated and bespoke first aid courses.
Oh, fantastic. What inspired you to kind of set this business up?
Oh, probably a little bit controversial. I thought there just needed to be a bit of a change, really. I'd done many first aid courses before, had an interest, gained a teaching qualification. I was a criminal lawyer for 23 years before.
Oh, wow, that's definitely a change.
Massive change. I did the two together, bit of an overlap. And just took it from there, really, just steadily grow holistically.
I can imagine it's changed a lot in that time, but you kind of, what's the most important thing and why should businesses keep their staff up to date in first aid training?
One thing that businesses don't understand, there's a legal requirement since 1974. But putting aside the legal requirement and the issues that could have for them if they come unstuck, it's the moral responsibilities to look after each other, really.
Yeah.
And the other thing, the way that we sort of say to companies, if you're investing in your first aid in your staff, you're also investing in them to support their families.
Yeah, absolutely. So what kind of businesses or organisations do you typically work with?
You know, it's a big, broad, wide range. It can be anyone. We're teaching a little bit in the NHS. It can be school teachers. It can be in people in various industries.
Yeah.
So it's anyone that needs it.
What are the more popular courses and which is your favourite one to kind of facilitate?
Oh, that's an interesting one. The most popular one, people coming to us, is the emergency first aid at work, which is a one-day course. I enjoy them all, to be quite honest. I like the one-day course.
Yeah.
I'm constantly learning when I'm teaching people because no two classes are the same.
Yeah. What is it they say? Was it watch one, do one, teach one?
Yeah.
And I think when you teach someone a skill, it just goes in so much more.
Absolutely. And we also teach children. We've got flat Stan first aid program. The mannequins are flat. My son's called Stan. We've taught just over 210,000 children.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is an achievement.
Yeah, and that's where it needs to be.
Yeah.
It needs to start at the ground and work up.
Is there anything that kind of people often misunderstand about that work?
The first aid?
Yeah.
No, I think it's the confidence, really. I think they just seem that they've got to be so qualified to be able to intervene.
Yeah.
And all this is just giving people the additional skills.
Do you know what? It's a couple of times I've needed it or been in a situation, and it is something that I do think I need to kind of top up as well. I did it years ago, but it is about kind of staying on top of that. Like you said, it's having the confidence when something happens to go, I can take control in this situation.
Yeah. One of the ways that we sort of look at it, though, I'm particularly interested in the first aider rather than just the casualty, because it's about their well-being after an event.
Yeah.
Could I have? Should I have? What have I done wrong? And we say, give it a go. You can't make a situation worse.
Yeah. Well, you've not worked for me. So what do you do that's slightly different to kind of make your training sessions more engaging?
We work on the basis that it's not our session, it's the attendees' session.
Yeah.
So it's theirs. We say, listen, you're here, you've got to get through this, it's regulated, there's things you need to do, but what do you want out of it?
Yeah.
And it's the confidence building, it's the conversation, it's not you have to do 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1, a bit of 2, maybe a bit of 4, and I think that makes a difference for people.
Yeah. So do you have some moments? I mean, it must be rewarding to kind of have that feedback come back where a past student's going, do you know what? Thank you, because I was in this situation and saved a life. So you must have some real stories.
We've had that quite a few times. And it is touching. One was only a few weeks ago. Where a chap came after 3 years to re-qualify, and he just said, I want to thank you, like you said, purely because he ended up performing CPR on his stepson.
Wow.
Only a few weeks after the course itself.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, it is one of those cranky moments.
Yeah. It's as a role or responsibility. It really is saving lives. So it's fantastic work that you do.
Yeah, we've got terrible survival rates in the UK.
Yeah.
So it's if you just educate, build confidence, survival rates will go up.
Brilliant. Do you do refresher courses for people that, like myself, that's done it in the past and kind of need that topping up?
legislation says people tend to have to do them every 3 years anyway. But we also approach it differently. If people have any concerns or something's happened, we say, get on the telephone, we've got our number, we'll have a chat, come in for a brew. And that seems to work for people.
What would you say to businesses that are kind of on the fence, they're thinking about it or they're putting it off because it's, you know, it's a team member out for a day or two? What would you kind of say to those businesses?
I'd say, I don't want to say you've got to do it because of the legal implications, which there is, but also the moral implications, because they're giving the staff the skills to possibly protect colleagues, the family members, and if they don't have it in place and something goes wrong, that's the financial issue.
Brilliant. What sets you apart from other training providers that are out there?
That's always tricky because it's also like trying to blow your own trumpet or make you blow your own trumpet. But I think
you know what? It's as Brits we don't do it often enough. We don't. But this is the time to blow that trumpet.
I think it's our approach. I really do. We try not to be first aidy. It's not too clinical, right? Here you do this, you do the other. It's more, what do you feel? What worries you? What would you like to know? Any questions? There's no daft questions today. That sort of approach. And I think that holistic, arms round people approach that's what we get back on the feedback. That we just seem to be a nice bunch.
And again, you know, it comes through now, if you know what I mean. And so sometimes, like you said earlier, trainers can be very first aidy. You know, there was the old, was it Keith Laird, the fire inspector from Phoenix Nights? I always had that in mind when it came to that kind of safety training type thing. So you're definitely not.
We can't be officious because that. And people are nervous when they come on courses. They're either upset because of things that happen in their own life, or they're being told by the boss they've got to go. And we say, listen, forget about your work. You're here, you're now getting a skill to support your family.
Brilliant.
Get some right on side.
I must admit, as a skill set, it's something that's not just at work, throughout your life it's going to be beneficial. So how can people get in touch? How can they book? How can they find out more information?
SCF First Aid Assistance, straightforward. If they want to just Google that, we crop up. We're based in Greenland here in Calderdale, but we deliver training across the country.
Fantastic. Well, an absolute pleasure.
Lovely. Thank you.
It's been great, and good luck with everything that you're doing as well. So it's fantastic work. So brilliant.
Thanks.
Guys, do check them out. Come down here. They're here all day today as well. Check out the website and make sure you've got your stuff up to date and you'll be looked after as well. That's brilliant, is that?
That is good, isn't it?
I must admit, it's been a good experience so far. The atmosphere is brilliant. It feels like Adam's quite stressed today. Producer Dan looks stressed.
He's doing such a good job, though. I can tell he's not moved the position of that camera, so we might have to do a bit of that. But we are a couple of minutes ahead, so I thought that would be an excellent opportunity to maybe run through a few of the seminars that are running this week at Kirklees Calderdale Business Conference.
Let's do it.
So the breakfast networking, I mean, we saw it when we arrived this morning. It was on at 8 o'clock. It looked really, really busy. So hopefully the guys got something fantastic at that. And of course, we are at the expo today that's running until 2 o'clock. There's like 60 stands here. It's a fantastic networking opportunity. It's amazing to come down and kind of see all these local businesses kind of promoting themselves, networking, getting new leads and supporting one another.
And you know, it's nice to see some friendly faces and some familiar faces, but it's also nice to see some different faces here as well. So it is a really, really good vibe, good atmosphere, and I'm really excited.
So there are tons more going on as part of the Calderdale Kirklees Business Week. Tomorrow we've got a LinkedIn optimization and daily habits seminar. That's running at the 3M Buckley Centre in Huddersfield. We've got a wellness walk with Lisa Kempster. That's at 10 a.m. Meeting at Halifax train station.
Are you going to join that one?
No, I don't think so. I'm afraid not. Coffee and Tech Networking, that's hosted and organised by the guys over at the Synergy. We know these guys, don't we?
Really good guys.
Really good guys. That's at 12:30. I believe they're on Leeds Road in Huddersfield. Meet the team in Home Firth with Business Kirklees. That's at 1 p.m. at Cooper's Yard. And then the RSPCA Halifax Rescue Centre Tour is 2 p.m. And that's at the Halifax Rescue Centre. Now, we know the guys over there,
exactly,
don't we?
And we know they've got puppies. We know it's going to be interesting.
So yeah, we've been down there before. We've done a bit of their tour. They're just such good guys. Really a fantastic organisation, and I believe that one of their absolute stars is going to be on the live later on, doing an interview herself. So I can see Sophie is eagerly awaiting in the background to jump on. Let's have a quick cut, and we'll be back shortly with Sophie.
We're live. Sophie Seddon from Sophie Seddon PR. Tell us a little bit about you.
Hello, yes, I'm Sophie Seddon. I have my own public relations and copywriting business. I started as a former journalist, then became a press officer with West Yorkshire Police, and literally set up my own business with word of mouth referrals.
Brilliant, which is the best way to get referrals, to be fair.
Yes.
What does PR mean to you, and why do you think it's such a powerful tool for businesses today?
PR is all about the relationships you have with people. It's all about that personal and online presence that you have with your brand. You very much are the essence of your business. It's the people behind the business and who make it.
It's their stories that I think really make it, if you know what I mean. And you can have so many businesses that are the same, but the story behind them is what really makes it work. So
it's all about the storytelling. People can buy from people, that's how they buy. It makes a difference between someone buying from you and someone buying from someone else.
Absolutely. So what type of businesses can benefit from kind of good copywriting and PR?
I seem to attract a lot of professionals, so accountants, solicitors, also creatives as well. Everybody can benefit from PR. You don't have to have a big budget for it. It's about finding what works for you, your budget, your business, and improving that presence both in person and online.
And again, I think certain businesses need that story element so much more than others. So sometimes creatives are quite easy to kind of shine the light on them, but sometimes maybe a firm of accountants or solicitors need a bit more copyrighted creativity behind them.
That's it. I think it's harder for the service-based industries because they don't have a physical product that they can show and that they can almost hide behind. Whereas when if you've got a product, you can photograph it, you can talk about it, but when it's yourself, that's the hardest thing for people. And I recognise that. I've had over 20 years of writing about other people, their stories, and when it came to turning the spotlight round on me, I really did struggle with it. It gives us all the ick. It's very natural. It's very normal.
I have for anybody else, I can tell them and give them all the best advice in the world. But when it comes to me, I've got my own filters that kind of,
Definitely. We all become a bit more introverted, a bit more inward. We overanalyze. You look at other people and you think, how can they do it? You can do it. We can all do it. It's just finding your comfortable spotlight and building up from it. So I always say, don't run before you can crawl. Start somewhere, start small, start with your website, start with building your social media and gain that confidence. And by collaborating and working in partnership, you can sort of shine the spotlight on others. And in doing so, you subtly get your brand out there.
I think collaboration is absolutely key to business in this day and age. What are the kind of common misconceptions when it comes to PR for businesses?
I think a lot of people think PR is for big business, it's big money, but it doesn't have to be. There's PR to suit all budgets, all sizes, and PR is for every business, from the one-man band to the small teams, to the bigger organisations. Just that one person, they represent their business, and it is really very important for everybody.
I think it's true what you said as well about, sometimes people fall into that trap of hiding behind their business rather than putting themselves first and foremost. But if somebody's just starting out, or they now know they need to be doing something, what's an easy step that they can do, or what's the first step that a business can do?
I think really is to get themselves out there physically, coming to events like this today, networking, talking, conversations can go such a long way. We do live in a very automated age. We send emails, we send messages, but we don't pick up the phone, we don't talk anymore, we don't actually physically come out of our rooms and speak to people, and it is going back to basics. You know, we're all human beings at the end of the day. We crave that interaction.
100%.
And actually getting out into rooms like this, building the network around you. I grew my business from Homley Business Association, you know, just turning up to the Business Association meeting, signing up, and having those conversations with people. That's what's grown the business.
Human interaction is so important. And like you said, in a world where everything's automated and computerized and AI'd, effort is what really pays off. Real conversations with real people rather than an automated reply message. So yeah,
definitely. And I think while we are in an automated age, I think people are going back to that human interaction, and I'd like to think in time to come, we will still be having conversations and still having authenticity.
When you think that like junk mail through the post used to be a thing that people used to hate, now a letter has so much more tangible value. It's something you can touch. How can businesses measure success from like a PR campaign?
It's all about the metrics. So it is, you know, if you're doing a press release, where's it being publicised, who's seen it, also your social media. But really it's about getting your brand out there so people talk about it. So sometimes it's those conversations that you don't hear and that you don't see. It's about what people are saying when you've walked out the room and the door's shut.
I like that.
It's really, really important that people are saying and think good things of you when you're not in the room. That you're the forefront of the mind.
I would hate to think what people think of me when I'm not in the room.
I would love to be a fly on the wall.
I would love to, but then at the same time I'm like, I don't know. You know,
I think sometimes we're best not knowing. But,
exactly.
But I think if you stay true to yourself and your values and work with people that have the similar values to you, then everything just falls naturally into place.
That's great advice. That is great advice. Share a recent project or success story, something that you've really enjoyed doing.
Well, I've had a lot. I mean, obviously I've worked at West Yorkshire Police. They were very different projects, if you like, that I worked on. It's supporting victims of crime in the most tragic and devastating circumstances. But that strategic comms, I'm now using it to help businesses to grow. So I've had a client recently that came to me, they needed a website refresh, they needed the copy doing. I was quite honest, when I looked at the website copy, I had no idea what they did. No idea. So if I'm confused, their customer's confused, and they're automatically, you know, it's like having the shutters down on your shop front window. So we sat together, and at the end of the working together, we did a lot of strategic comms, message development, keywords, key messages. They actually ended up with a new business name, a new company strapline, key messages, tone of voice that they can use from their website to the social media, to their letters, to their workshops, and new website copy.
Brilliant. And I think it's, and I in the olden days, I fell danger to this, where when I'm creating the website, I know that I just need to fill it with text. And it's not, there's no strategic comms, there's no goal, it's just I need to make my bio sound like a bio, I need to make my about us sound like an about us, and you don't realise until a professional comes in and looks at it and goes, that's just word salad, here's your clear message. So
the benefits of writing with a copywriter, I mean myself, I'm a National Council for the Training of Journalists trained, so it's about looking at every word and it's got to earn a place. And it's actually quite hard to write less words, but get those key messages across. There is an act to it. It's all about the storytelling concisely. A lot of people say, oh, they don't read blogs anymore, but people do read. It's the hook that's in the blog. It's that headline, it's that intro. It's your first impression. You've got to pack a punch in 25 words, really. It's the make or break. Okay, they might not read the whole copy, but the algorithms and the Google, they're all reading. So they're the ones that generate, you know, bringing that content, refreshing it. And it's actually making those algorithms realise that you are a genuine business, that you're open for business, that you're interacting.
And it's creating blogs and copy that delivers value. You know, if there's some important information in there, I'm going to read it. You know, if it's just there just for the sake of being there, then maybe not so much. So,
Definitely. There's a great book called You Ask, We Answer. I don't know whether you've read it.
I've not, no.
It's brilliant. It's really, really good. But it is that in a nutshell.
Yeah.
It's answering those questions that your audience are looking for on Google.
And that's it. If you get that right, that's the secret formula, really.
Definitely.
So what's the one thing you wish more businesses understood about PR?
That it's not just about a press release. You are PR.
Yeah.
You are your brand.
Yeah.
It is about public relations.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm representing Sophie Seddon PR now. You're representing Huddersfield show. You know, it is very much about who you are and the people behind the business. If you've got vehicles that are branded when you're out and you're stuck in traffic, people are noticing your brand.
Yes.
You know, as soon as you step out that door, it's how you show up in person. So that doesn't cost anything.
No.
That's just manners, that's just politeness, that's just understanding that you're there to make an impression.
I'm reminded often by Alan, especially when we're branded up and we're going around town, the moment we get out of the car, he will go, you've got a branded jumper on now, you've got a branded jacket on now, and you have to behave yourself.
Great advice.
And so, exactly,
It's
and
great
sometimes, especially in traffic, you can forget.
You can forget.
And that can be damaging towards your brand.
Definitely. You know, it's the values that you have within the business. And when you do grow businesses and you become more than a one-man band, it's about making sure that the staff within your organisation understand those values. We can all have values, but what do they mean? You know, why are they there? What do they stand for? And how do we implement them in our everyday working life?
And being authentic to them, not just kind of going, we need to have 3 keywords that represent our business. Everyone from the CEO to the IT guy has got to stand behind those as well. So
definitely. And why? How can we do it? You know, it's the why and the how always with PR and storytelling. It's how you do it and why you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. In one sentence, why does great PR matter?
Because it's all about visibility. It's about your relationships with people, and it's about long-term relationships. So it's not just a quick press release, it's not just the one blog, it's how you show up day in, day out. And we all start somewhere, and it's about building on that momentum.
Brilliant.
Being consistent. A bit longer than one sentence. But
no, but it was strategic comms. Any less would not have been right. What's your favourite part of your job?
The people. For me, it's always been about the people and storytelling. So from a little girl growing up in leafy Cheshire, climbing haystacks, I was always making stories. My dad's an architect. It's a family business. It was passed from my grandfather. I used to go in, and I'm showing my age now, I used to write little stories on a typewriter. I used to write little notes to my dad about why my dad was so special. And I've always loved storytelling and people. And it's hearing their stories and relating it in a way that feels comfortable for them.
Absolutely spot on. How can people work with you? How can they get in touch?
They can easily get in touch. I have a website, www.sophiesseddonpr.co.uk. I'm on social media. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, have a chat. Always happy to go for a coffee. If I don't think I'm the right fit, I'll gladly sign people in the right way. It's about building those relationships.
It's how businesses should be done. It's not about just trying to get that next booking or that next order. It's building those relationships.
It is. You know, it's about developing that relationship, nurturing it, and bringing the right people with the right skill set. Having that team around you where they share the same values, they do a good job, and you can trust them.
I must admit, I'm a big fan of signposting people, even to my competitors sometimes, because I know further down the line that will pay dividends because of the trust by kind of going, I'm not the right fit, but this person is.
It does, My mum always said, Sophie, you get out of life what you put into it.
100%.
And it's definitely true.
Brilliant. Sophie, a real pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us on Hudd Show Live. Have a great rest of your day at the expo. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
The interview so shall I put my mic on? That would help, wouldn't it? If there was an error, I didn't think it would have been me. So yes, the interviews are going really well at the moment. So our next interview is our last one for this segment. But a massive thank you, ever so prepared. The sponsors of this event were a massive thank you from the Chamber Adventure, Business Kirklees, Calderdale Council, Hudd Print, 5 Talents, Persynergy and many, many more. So a big thank you from the Chamber team for helping put on this fantastic event. How are the interviews going so far?
Really interesting. Adam likes to keep me on my toes when it comes to that sponsor.
He said so. He's very much enjoying keeping it on his toes today. So we've got our last interview, and then I think we'll probably jump back on, do a bit of a closing for this segment, and then how about we grab a coffee?
Sounds like a good plan. I've enjoyed this coffee today. It's actually good coffee for a conference coffee.
So guys, we'll be back in 1 second with our last interview of today, and then we'll have a bit of a roundup, and we'll see you shortly.
And the microphones are up as well, so there we go. This is the joy of going live. Anything can happen, and quite often it does. We've now got Claire and Maddie from Calderdale College.
Hello.
Which one's Claire, which one's Maddie?
I'm Claire.
Claire, Grant, nice to meet you.
Hiya, nice to meet you.
Maddie, nice to meet you. There we go. So I know it makes some people a bit nervous sometimes with the microphone, so just try and keep it there and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your role at Calderdale College.
So I'm employer engagement team leader, so my team help find really high quality work placements for our students within the local area with employers. So we try and engage with all the local employers in the area.
Brilliant.
And try and find amazing opportunities for them to complete their work experience.
Fantastic.
So I'm Maddie. I'm a lead apprenticeship recruitment coordinator from our apprenticeships team. So I help businesses looking to recruit apprentices. We offer a free recruitment service, and I assist with that.
Brilliant, fantastic. What makes Calderdale College such a key part in the local business community?
I think that we're a key part of the local community because we are central, so we're really close to this town centre, which is really accessible for all businesses, and also for our students. We support all the local communities. We try and get involved with the local businesses, and I think that we can offer a lot for all our students and employers just by promoting our courses that we do. We do some funded courses for employers, so some of the courses are fully funded to upskill their workforce.
Brilliant.
And then we also obviously have a lot of opportunities for our students to go into the employers' businesses to offer their services free of charge and really upskill their workforce as well.
Brilliant, brilliant. What kind of support do you offer local employees?
Yeah, so from an apprenticeship perspective, we offer the opportunity of kind of getting a young person into work, supporting them throughout an apprenticeship, gaining a qualification and achieving like really important skills they can take into future roles as well, or to that company. We also offer the opportunity for businesses to upskill as well through courses. We recently started a project with Industry 4, and that involved kind of engineering and manufacturing. We're actually running some funded workshops with that, and we've had some interest from a few businesses to kind of see what they're about, kind of talking about updating data and things. But yeah, so I think we've got a lot to kind of offer in terms of upskilling, but also with our students as well through placements. Our A-level students and T-level students are very keen for finding placements, and it's all like free as well, so it's 45 days free on placement that they can do, so it's definitely a really good opportunity for businesses.
I think for businesses as well, it's great to get kind of fresh eyes and fresh energy into a business sometimes as well. So how can businesses work with the college to upskill their workforce? How do they get in touch?
Yes, so it'd be reaching out to our team, so our apprenticeships team, our T-level team, all our contact information is on the website as well, the college website, so you'll be able to reach out. Claire will be able to set up a meeting regarding T-level, and I can arrange further information for potentially offering our free recruitment service and assisting with the recruitment of an apprentice.
Brilliant. And like apprenticeships are becoming more and more popular now, and kind of like how does it work from an employer's point of view?
Yes, so they're becoming more and more popular. We always set up a meeting, kind of talk about expectations of employers. So we really want employers to feel like they're part of the apprenticeship as well. So getting them involved in the apprentices' reviews, inviting them down to the college as well to look at our provision. We are also expanding that. So over the past few years, we've started offering engineering and manufacturing qualifications from our engineering centre in Brighouse, and we're also looking to expand our health. We have just started from September actually. We're going to be offering a level 2 pharmacist assistant apprenticeship as well. So we're definitely always growing our provision.
And they're serious and legitimate kind of apprenticeships. They're not, just getting somebody in that's cheap labour as such. So From a business point of view, how streamlined, how complicated is it for businesses to get involved?
From my team's point of view, for businesses to get involved, it's really straightforward. So we try and make the process really simple and as easy as possible for the employers. So we keep paperwork to a minimum. It's usually a face-to-face meeting first of all. We discuss what the business is looking for, how our students can help support their business. So we have different sectors. It could be media, it could be engineering, it could be business digital. We have health, and we have a lot of students really just looking for that experience, and we just want to make that as easy as possible for businesses to get involved. Once we've had a face-to-face meeting, we then connect them with the student. We usually use a real recruitment process, so the student has an experience of an interview. We encourage them to submit CV, covering letter. Once the students had an interview with the employer, then they select which student is most suitable for the post, and then we just do some basic health and safety checks, and then the employer's on board. So it's a really quick process really from that initial face-to-face meeting with myself or a member of my team.
I know we were looking at it a couple of years ago for us as an organisation, and at the time it just felt complicated, if you know what I mean. So that sounds like a really simple onboarding process. Yeah,
it's really easy, and we are on all the social media platforms. So you'll find our college on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. We're also on LinkedIn, so they can always connect with us directly if anybody's interested.
I must admit, I have so many social media platforms, I always get lost with them, if you know what I mean. And I'm a social media guy, but So share an example, like a good news story, something you're really proud of, or something that's happened recently, a success story.
Well, from my point of view, one of our T-level students from my team, from the engineering sector, they went to work at McVitie's in Halifax, and they did their work experience within engineering. We had 2 girls actually go there. It was the first female engineering T-level placement that they'd had within their company, and they did a 9-week placement that was really successful. They absolutely loved it, and McVitie's were really impressed with the standard of our students. We also worked very closely with Lloyds Banking Group. We had 27 students who just started a block placement with Lloyds Banking as well in Halifax, and some of our students are based Halifax and Leeds, but they are really supportive of our college and all our students, and they offer some amazing opportunities.
You've mentioned a couple of the courses there as well. How do you as an organisation stay on top of the new skills and stuff that employers are looking for?
I think an example is, again, just expanding our provision. We're always looking for ways to improve, such as offering the pharmacy, so that we can start getting people from our own courses as well, who are coming up to finishing, that are also looking for an apprenticeship, to actually get qualified and able to dispense medications, which is something pretty new to us. And if goes well, we're looking at also continuing progression to potentially the level 3. So we're hoping that this will open a lot of doors for younger people, and also anybody looking to change any profession as well into the healthcare settings.
Brilliant. Are there any kind of current programmes or initiatives that you're really excited about?
Well, we're really excited about all our T-level courses, and we are looking to expand our provision in September to the animal T-level. So if there are any local employers within the Halifax area, Calderdale and wider, that deal with animal care or that sort of sector, we'd be definitely interested in speaking to you.
Brilliant, brilliant. How can people get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me directly on LinkedIn, they can email me, they can contact us through the college website or the switchboard, and we do also have all our social media platforms as well.
My full LinkedIn is Madeleine Oxby, so you'll find all my profile on there to be able to reach out and send a message if you're interested in looking at the opportunity to recruit an apprentice and make the most of our free recruitment service as well.
Fantastic, fantastic. Guys, thank you very much for joining us on the show as well. It's been enlightening for me as well, so yeah, fantastic, and keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
Brilliant. Cheers, thank you very much. Cheers, well done guys, well done. There we go, we're live. It's Chen from Bags for Everything.
Yes, Bags for Everything.
Fantastic. Now, as you can see, we've got boxes and all sorts of stuff for everything here. What is it that you guys do?
Yeah, we UK-based manufacturing company of making protective bags or covers.
Brilliant.
And over 36 years experience.
Wow. 36 years is you don't look old enough to have done 36 years.
No, I am a young director at the moment. Yeah.
Brilliant. So you say it's UK based. Whereabouts are you based?
It's in Ossett, West Yorkshire.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So, like, what's your most interesting project that you've done? I know I saw on your LinkedIn you've done a cover for a boat, which looked fantastic, but you must do some interesting things.
Yeah, we can make canvas covers for boat and boat canopy, and also we make garden furniture covers, or weatherproof, waterproof, that type of protective covers for outdoor equipment, or camping, caravanning equipment, storage bags or covers. And our biggest strength is the ability to customize our products. So if you have like odd shapes of boxes or equipment, don't worry, we can make any size for you.
It's a really good service now, because like we do a lot of AV stuff, obviously. But weirdly, when a lot of this stuff comes, the equipment's brilliant, but it'll always come in a cheap, flimsy bag that does not last at all. So like a lot of the DJ equipment, again, comes in these cheap bags. So to have like proper bespoke stuff made is really, really helpful, because a lot of the equipment's really expensive. So yeah, that's fantastic. What's the tanner process? Is there different thicknesses? Is there different paddings? Is there different materials?
Yes, we have quite a lot of different material, like lightweight nylon. If you need a lightweight material, you can go for that. Like heavy duty canvas, that's stronger. We also have padding material. If you need extra protective solution, and go for padding material. And the padding material will have different thickness of a padding as well. We start from 3mm padding to 10mm, 20mm, even more. It all depends on how much extra protection do you need for your items.
And so can you have stuff that is like waterproof as well, and all of that?
Yes, they are waterproof, and we can put zips, we can put handles, we can put anything. Actually,
it's such a good idea, and again, like I say, especially with the stuff that we have, it's all weird sizes, and to have something where you can put everything in and kind of its own little compartments and stuff, that's really cool.
This is why we are here, try to help find all different solutions for different businesses or individuals.
And especially for like a lot of these businesses, even for people coming to conferences like this and expos, they've all got the little trolleys with stuff in where if they've had something custom, it makes everything in its right place.
Yes, we do. We do like a protective covers for trolleys. We made some dust-free covers for NHS before. We made some padded bags for BBC, help them to safely transport their items, projectors or TV, from one place to another place. For example, they go into exhibitions, they need a nice bag with their logos on, and this is what we are there to help them.
Brilliant. How can people get in touch with you?
Okay, you can simply just send your inquiry to our email address, info@bagsforeverything.co.uk, or easily find us on Google. And we have our own website, and just send your inquiry, send a form to us, then we will reply to you within 48 hours and give you the quote.
Brilliant. What's the kind of turnaround time for, let's say for example, something similar to that size, a standard square type bag? I need something for an event. What's the turnaround time? How long do it? Because with it being bespoke, I always think that's going to take a long time.
Yes, it all depends on when are you ordering from us. Normally we suggest in winter time we can have a quick turnover. If it's just one bag you inquire and then you let us know is we need it next week, we can make it for you next week, but you'll probably need to pay express delivery fee for that. We've got the factory in Osset, so we've got machinists there, so as long as we know the size of the bag, then we can make for you straight away.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And Osset is such a great community as well. So yeah, fantastic. Yeah. What kind of things are you looking for the future? What's the next goal? What's the ambitions?
Oh, the next goal, ambitions, yeah, productivity. We want to enhance our productivity, move everything for digital style, and we are looking for more and more businesses partner to work with. For instance, garden furniture business, if they need to find a business partner, they need to find some manufacturing company who is making protective covers. We can help them and we can work with them together. Especially we want to support local businesses as well, and especially in West Yorkshire, all around the UK. And we are a UK-based company. We're made in UK. Everything made in UK. We want to support the local staff as well, community.
It's so important supporting local business because it means that money goes back into the local community.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, brilliant. You're doing fantastic work. We've met a couple of times at these events. Always a great energy, and I think what you're doing is absolutely fantastic as well. So
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. One more time, what's the website?
Website is www.bagsforeverything.co.uk.
Fantastic. Check them out. Even if you don't need a bag, refer them to somebody that does. It's been fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Have a great conference as well. Brilliant. Cheers. There we go, brilliant.
That website, guys, is Bags for Life, numeral 4 life.
It's really good. It helps us
I'm super excited. And for all the stuff that we do for this type of stuff, really great. And it can be customised, so zips, Velcro.
A giant bag.
Did you hear me?
And at the end, we can get
Am I so loud?
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Let's do it.
Brilliant.
That is our first show, guys. We're going to be back at 1 o'clock. Our second segment, we've got about 4 more people passionate about the area, passionate about business, passionate about the chamber, and get keen to come and spread some good news.
Yes, absolutely. And before we do go away, please do check out huddshowlive.com and huddshowlive.co.uk. We've got a shiny brand new website that producer Dan has done. He's done a fantastic job. He's a really good guy when it comes to websites. Not so great on teleprompters, but websites is fantastic.
Everybody's got their strengths.
Everyone's got their strengths, exactly. Well, we're going to replace him with an apprentice, I think. There we go. It does a fantastic job. But do check us out. We are live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The Wednesday show is generally in the studio, but today we are here at the My Chamber Business Festival.
Absolutely. So, guys, give this video a share, help spread the love, and we'll be back for our second segment at 1 o'clock. Should we do it together?
Let's do it together.
Guys.
It's all good in the hood.